Testing 1, 2, 3. We're ready. Uh, hello, football fans from. I'm getting a lot of static here, but we're underway here. As onside, was that an onside kick? They didn't run a kickoff back, did they? We live. Okay. Here at West Green, make at North Green High School, Mike Headlong, Rob Younger, and our broad GP broadcast crew. Rob a little late setting up tonight because of technical difficulties, but hey, Game 6 of the football season, Gatlinburg-Pittman against the Huskies of North Green.
Mike, a beautiful drive across East Tennessee tonight to visit the Tundra here at North Green.
1st and 10, Taylor Ogle at the GP 48-yard line. A little low angle here tonight, but we'll do the best we can. Second, did set a broadcast crew. Rob did set a season record so far, broadcasting twice out of a pickup truck this season.
I think that's something from the Jeff Foxworthy book of broadcasting, isn't it?
After the 5-yard penalty, I'll bring up 1st and 5 for the Highlanders at the Husky 48-yard line. Make that 47-yard line. Ogle looks. Young, look in, drop. Got tagged pretty good there, Rob. Of course, Gatlinburg-Pittman coming in on the season 5-1, and North Green 1-5 on the season. Another gorgeous night here in East Tennessee. They'll bring up 2nd down 5 for GP. Dyer left side, still on his feet, pounding, twisting, turning. He has a 1st down, Rob, close to the 36-yard line. Of course, GP coming off a disappointing win last week with Rutledge putting up a goal line stand as time expired to give the Highlanders their first defeat. And here's a good look at the replay.
Of course, Mike, we were talking on the way over here, if Bo Dyer received the opening kickoff, that it probably would be a touchdown. Of course, Bo Dyer having a great year, Mike, coming into this game with 615 yards rushing, well on pace for a 1,000-yard season. It's been a great year for Bo Dyer.
Pitzer left side, good yardage down inside the 30-yard line. Like I said, a little different, unique angle here tonight, Rob. But of course, just like it was 2 years ago up here at North Green. Too many greens here, Rob, but we'll get it straight in a minute right there.
And Mike, do you think the Highlanders had a good week of practice after the first loss and how many games in 15 games for the Highlanders? First regular season loss.
First regular season loss since 2005, so it's the first week the guys had to practice after a loss. 2nd down 1, GP. Dyer, sweep, right side, cuts back inside, still on his feet, trying to get to the end zone. What's the verdict? Just stepped out of bounds inside the 5, close to the 3-yard line. 10:40 remaining first quarter from North Green High School here at Baileyton, Tennessee. Good look at the replay right here. Robertson out front to block there. Gets a good block on the corner there. So it's 1st and go from the 3-yard line. Dyer left side, hammed up right there. Maybe a loss of 1 there, Rob. Good defense by the young Husky defensive front. Of course, North Green coming in, Rob, but just about 20 players on the roster. A new coach in trying to rebuild this year. And, hey, you've been in rebuilding programs. It's tough.
It is, and of course, we look at North Green out here in beautiful part of Greene County, one of the most beautiful countryside you see, but the town of Baileyton is a very small town. Not like
community town.
Community town. A lot of these boys work on farms, have a 20 or 30-mile drive into town and can't make it back and forth to practice, so it's hard to get a lot of boys out for your football team.
Pitzer on the corner trying to get into the end zone, knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line, so it'll bring up 3rd down and go for the Highlanders.
Mike, sometimes, you talk about rebuilding a program. If you had a program at one time that was a good program, then it went down a little bit, it would be easy to rebuild. But really not a lot of football tradition here at North Green.
North Green, one of 5 Greene County high schools. You have North Green, South Green, West Green, GP's opponent in 2 weeks. Chucky Doak, all those folks are GP opponents, and then you have the City High School, Greenville High School. Pitzer trap inside. Pitzer touchdown. Matthew Pitzer, who continues to be the leading scorer in East Tennessee. And Rob, I think he had 97 coming in this contest, so that's 103 right there, and he's getting ready to add on 104.
And Mike, when you look at the replay there, we still got that same starting offensive line that's been doing such a good job all year. You got Michael Dote at left tackle. You got Nate Sanchez, who is filling in for Michael Hauser at the left guard spot. And Mike, he's really the one that made that key block on the touchdown right there, pulling and trapping from that left guard spot. Keelan Bryce at center, Corey Nichols at guard, and Adolfo Allman at tackle, and of course Zach Sutton, the tight end, who plays just like an offensive lineman.
Snaps down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So here with 9:56 remaining in the first quarter from North Green High School, the Highlanders on top 7-0.
Mike, probably the quietest high school football stadium in America here at North Green.
Well, Rob, we're right here, like I said, broadcasting for a broadcast record. Here's a replay here. Nice trap there by Sanchez. Of course, Rob, right here, like I said, broadcasting for a broadcast record, second time out of a pickup truck this year. That's great to do. Of course, we're outside, and of course, right here amongst the GP fans here, as you get a good look at the Gatlinburg-Pittman High School cheerleaders. And of course, we're here on the GP side, all the bleachers on one side. But if you look down to the left there, not a lot of green-clad Husky faithful here tonight.
Mike, no doubt Gatlinburg-Pittman has more people in the stadium than the home team.
Of course, great hospitality here. No problem setting up police escort inside the stadium. And, it doesn't get any better than that. All right, pitcher to kick off for the Highlanders. The line drive kick fielded at the 10-yard line by Johnson, still on his feet. And finally hammered, brought down by a host of Highlanders across the way.
And I guarantee you the first guy you'll see get up off the ground right there will be number 36.
Caleb Brown. But I don't think he's in on that tackle, Rob. Looked like it was led by Bo Owens and Corey Jenkins for the Highlanders. Of course, next week, GP back at home. Rob's been a long 3-game road trip back at home next week. Homecoming at Highlander Stadium against the visiting South Green Rebels. Ball loose. Let's see who comes up with it. I think it's going to be GP football.
GP football. And Mike, I'd say this is going to be one of those games that, as they say, it gets ugly early. And of course, just kind of thinking about coming into this game, this is probably going to be the second time this year that we've seen the mercy rule go into place.
Down the right sideline. That ball is caught for a touchdown. Who is that? Number 10, Bo Owens for the Highlanders. Hard to tell from here. I think it covered about 27 yards, I think. Hard to see the yard markers, Rob, but
of course, Bo Owens having a great year, as Taylor Ogle is. Taylor Ogle, the third leading, let's see, in East Tennessee, he is third leading passer in East Tennessee. And of course, Bo Owens, second leading receiver on our team behind Chase Young, having a great year. I think Bo Owens has actually scored more receiving touchdowns than anybody on the team. Here's a good look at the replay.
3-step drop. Owens down the right side. He had Sutton open as well, and it's touchdown Highlanders. So here, 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the ball game. GP on top, 14-0 here at Baileyton. Actually, Rob, 2 scores in 16 seconds.
And Mike, you see the Huskies running down the sideline there. Of course, UT has Smokey, and Sequoia High School had their horse, and North Green has their Huskies running up and down the sideline.
That's sort of neat there. But they shouldn't have been running after our score, right? They're getting it straight here. They're trying to get it straight here. But good, there's some beautiful dogs down there. Probably a little warm weather for Huskies. Hot pitcher set to kick it off again. Line drive kick. Not fielded yet. It's going to go into the end zone. So North Green, the Huskies, will scrimmage from their own 20-yard line. Of course, Gatlinburg-Pittman head coach Benny Hammonds in his 36th season as the skipper of the Highlanders, assisted by Neil Estes, Matt Evans, Brad Weber, Adrian Popes, Larry White, Paige Yates, Ralph Kidd, and Brad Justice. Rob, North Green having all types of trouble right here. We're having all types of trouble. We got to get into the groove here, Rob.
First, one thing about this game, Mike, and the rest of your Coach Hammonds will go over 290 career victories as a head coach.
That's great at any level of football.
Second winningest coach in Tennessee football.
Illegal procedure against the North Green Huskies. That'll back it up 5. First down, 15 for the North Green team, all clad in green here tonight. Ball loose again right there. It's going to be picked up there by number 32, Dyer, trying to get to the corner. He's trying to make something happen. Cuts back inside, still on his feet. Rob, he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Bo Dyer. That'll make you highlight film.
That will, Mike, and that's just a good heads-up play by Bo Dyer. He's been making those all year, but pretty weak football on the part of North Green. They've snapped the ball 3 offensive plays, given it up twice, and had a penalty. Mike, of course, this is the downside about when us going to 2A football and playing in Region 1 2A. We play some teams that just really don't prepare you for the playoffs or to prepare you to play a good football team like Rutledge last week.
Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So here with 9:24 remaining in the first quarter, it's the Highlanders 21, North Green nothing. Of course, Rob, like I said, a beautiful trip driving up here this afternoon. Some of the fall colors starting to show up a little bit, but very warm for this time of year.
First Highlanders, Mike, scoring 3 touchdowns in 32 seconds as you look at the replay right here. And you see Joey Green coming up to the line of scrimmage. It's stunning from his linebacker spot, and it's causing problems there. And, of course, Bo Dyer just picking the ball up, being a heads-up football player, and really being heads and shoulders above everybody else out there athletically.
Of course, in the region play this week, Cumberland Gap is at Happy Valley in a big ball game. Cumberland Gap 5-0 in the season. GP, of course, here at North Green. Greenback at West Green, and South Green at the Black Knights of Chucky Doak. Maybe an offside there, Robert. Those officials not going to call much here tonight.
Yeah, they did throw the flag. They're gonna bring that one back.
Bring us one back here.
Number 5 for the Highlanders was offside.
Dakota Patterson with the takedown.
Of course, number 5 for the Highlanders, that's Dakota Patterson. Of course, first downfield, but he had about a 5-step jump on everybody.
A lot of times, Mike, you get those young guys in there just really chomping at the bits and excited to get out there and show their coaches something, make a point on special teams, and get out there and get a little too excited.
So North Green, they elect to take the Highlanders and kick it again. Rob, good to be back up here in Greene County. Of course, here in a couple of weeks, GP travels back up here 2 weeks from tonight to take on the Buffaloes of West Greene. They've already played North Greene and defeated them this year 55-7. All right, pitcher's going to try it again here. Johnson goes through his hand, finally picked up by Thompson at the 8-yard line, still on his feet. Hammered down there by number 80, Zach Sutton, along with number 33, Joey Green for the Highlanders. Of course, Big Joey, 61 tackles on the year so far.
Up in the top of the column on the prep extra tackles, I think number 4 in East Tennessee in total tackles. Of course, one thing you have to really enjoy about watching him play, Mike, is, you know, when he makes a tackle, he doesn't jump up and down. He's not real demonstrative, but he's always right there where he's supposed to be, right in the middle of things. Every time the kids get up from the ball after the whistle's blown, you see his number get off the ground.
Lynch on the carry there, stopped by the host of Highlanders.
Brought down by number 61, Michael Dodig.
First on the hit there for the Highlanders, that's big number 61, Michael Dodig for GP. No gain on the play, second down 10, North Greene. They trail the Highlanders 21-0 here with 8:41 remaining in the first quarter from North Greene High School, Greene County, Tennessee. Shotgun formation. Another bad snap there, but it looks like North Greene came up with it. GP came up with it.
Number 61, Michael Dodig.
Gatlinburg-Pittman's ball.
And Mike, North Greene could very well play this first half without crossing the 50-yard line.
Or getting a first down.
You know, Mike, it's a challenge. You know, you have a week like last week with playing Rutledge and losing right there at the last second of the ball game, right on the 2-yard line, and having a very disheartening loss. And then you know what you're going to play this week in North Greene. You know it's just absolutely not going to be any challenge at all. And it's really hard sometimes to keep your players focused. And as you see, Bo Owens right there.
On the reception. Beautiful run, cuts back inside. Touchdown, Dyer. Make that Bo Owens, not Bo Dyer.
But Mike, sometimes it's hard to get your players to stay focused, but you know, but they do have the opportunity to go out there and work on things like we've seen the last 2 offensive plays, 2 touchdown passes from Taylor Ogle to Bo Owens.
Pitzer on to attempt his 4th PAT of the ball game. Now Robertson snap and Ogles hoe. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is no good. So GP on top 27-0 here with 8:15 remaining in the first quarter from North Greene High School. Of course, Rob, like I said, next week, GP back at home as you watch a replay there. Great flat pass out there, and Owens gets everything on his own there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 missed tackles right there. I mean, he was dodging bullets out there. Of course, next week, like I said, South Greene will be visiting GP for homecoming. Happy Valley at North Greene, Hancock County at Cumberland Gap, and Chucky Doak at West Greene. Of course, Rob, it's good to get out of the woods. I know you're glad to get out of the woods, and had a lot going on this week. Little Brady turned 1 this week. And,
that's right. Had a birthday party this week.
Was it Chuck E. Cheese or Mr. Gaddy's?
Well, I did pick out the birthday cake. Of course, I'm the only one that got to eat it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Pitcher to kick off. And it's Thompson at the 7-yard line. Still on his feet. Got something going right there. finally tripped up there, but a good
Good return
return
by
by
number 21,
North
Chris
Green.
Ball.
Their brightest spot of the night so far, out across the 35-yard line, spotted at
Brought
the
down by number
38.
16,
So
Taylor
North
Ruggles.
Green starting with their best field position of the night.
Huskies ball on the 38-yard line.
There's a good-looking T-shirt, number 32, Bo knows.
I think it goes back to when Bo Jackson.
Ryan Hopkins
Zach
sacked by number 80.
Sutton on the stop right there at number 12. It's Ryan Hobson, the quarterback, 6'3", 145-pounder.
And Mike, one thing that Coach Neil Estes, as the defense coordinator, has done in this starting last week is he's flip-flopping our defensive ends. He's always putting Zach Sutton to the strong side of the offensive formation. And, of course, you see the results right there. And if I'm not wrong, just looking at the stats, Mike, I think that might only be the third sack this year by the Highlanders. Of course, the teams that we're playing aren't throwing a lot, and the ones that do throw kind of take a quick 2 or 3 step drop and get rid of the football.
Second down and a bunch for North Green. Still in shotgun formation. Hobson, the quarterback, drops the football, recovers the football.
Mike, I believe he's looking across the line of scrimmage and seeing Michael Dodig and Adolfo Allman, and I believe he's getting a little gun shy.
Of course, Rob, last night, the Gatlinburg-Pittman Middle School football team, a big win over Pigeon Forge, 22-6.
Pigeon Forge lost 2 games last night.
Yeah, they did lose their varsity game last night, losing 18. Long snap count, losing 18 to 13. 18 to 12 to Union County. Long snap count by Hobson, the quarterback right there, who's going to draw the Highlanders offside.
And Mike, that penalty being their first positive yards in the football game. And, you know, Mike, talking about that penalty, I was looking over the stats. I went on to the knoxnews.com, went to the prep extra section, and was looking at the Gatlinburg site, and I was looking at all of our team stats and all of our individual stats. And it is very lopsided statistically in our opponents and us as far as scoring, total yards offense, total defense. But there are 2 key stats that we are in the negative. We're in the negative on turnovers and penalties. And, of course, that really hurt us in a close game last week against Rutledge.
On third down, Thompson tries that right side on the toss sweep. Not much going there, so I bring up fourth down. It looks like North Green will bring their punting unit onto the field.
I'm thinking after I looked at those stats, we have had 6 turnovers this year. Our opponents have had 5. And I think that was our 37th penalty on the year, and our opponents have had 25.
Standing deep for GP Bank at their own 40-yard line. That's number 7, Chase Young, and number 32, Bo Dyer. Owens, the short man. Low snap, bobble. Finally gets it away. Fielded by Dyer at the, not yet, finally picked up at the 42-yard line, trying to get to the corner, cuts back inside, but it's going to be him down right there at the 44-yard line. So Gatlinburg-Pittman back on offense here with 5:08 remaining in the first quarter, enjoying a comfortable 27-0 lead here at North Green High School.
And Mike, you know, talking about North Green having a new coach, we're talking about a place where a coach has his work cut out for him in developing a program. And, you know, I think a big part of it is, Mike, just improving what they have here, improving their stadium, their facilities, improving their field, and just get more boys interested in the program and getting them to come out.
Owens at quarterback, Bo Owens, number 10. Sam split to the left side, and North Green jumps offside there.
course, a big problem a lot of these rural county schools have, Mike, is their middle school program. You know, kids have to travel so far. A lot of them live and work on their farm and can't get back and forth to practice. And you just have a lot of kids that just don't play football.
So after the 5-yard penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 Highlanders. Joey Green, number 33, the fullback. Number 8, Corey Jenkins at tailback. Jenkins on the give. Twisting, turning, knocked back there. It looks like he may be a little short of the first down here.
Handoff to number 8, Corey Jenkins, brought down by number 46, Darren Lynch, and number 21, Chris Ball.
Lynch and Ball on the stop for the Huskies. 2nd down to GP.
Timeout, North Green.
And North Green elects to take a timeout. Remember, at the end of the night's replay, or tonight's broadcast, we'll be bringing you the Greenbrier Restaurant play of the game, as well as the Five Oaks Construction offensive and defensive players of the game. Of course, Rob, nice surprise in the mail this week. You know, I go out to to the front steps. There's a FedEx package, and there's someone anonymously gave us like a nice GP Broadcasting sweatshirts. Of course, those couldn't wear those sweatshirts tonight because a little too warm. But hey, wintertime's coming, and we really appreciate that.
Of course, I heard that the order was held up because I had to have a special size.
I think
Rimmer
you're
had it.
waiting on that 3X for you there.
I'm down to 280. I don't know why
I was really wanting to wear mine tonight, Rob, but since you didn't have yours, I didn't want to be out of place here. Jenkins sweep right side, trying to get to the corner, cuts back inside, brought down. I think he's still going to be short of the first down. Good defense by the North Green defensive unit.
And number 21, Chris Ball.
Of course, Rob, going to be great to be back home next week. Of course, rumor has a nice sort of pregame spread coming up. Compliments of the Greenbrier Restaurant. Dave and Becky Haddon.
We will broadcast for food.
Our sponsors are picking it up. Picking it up. Season's about over, but they're picking it up. Third down and about 1 for the Highlanders. Owens hands off Jenkins, running room. He's got first down and more, trying to break it to the outside. Finally brought down. Just get a good look at some young Highlanders right there.
Good lead block by number 36 fullback, Caleb Bryan.
Looks like the Highlander young kids going to get a lot of action this week. They had a JV game against Carter, freshman game against Carter, and they're going to see a lot of varsity action here tonight. Caleb Bryan, number 36, in at the fullback position for the Highlanders. That's Jenkins again, running room. Great run. It looks like it's going to be close for a first down as he picks up about 12 or 13 yards. And it's going to be a GP Highlander first down.
Mike, this is essentially going to turn out to be an open date for the Highlanders if you take your varsity team out, before the first quarter's over.
Trap inside. That's Bryan on the carry. The big, massive fullback there. Runs like his daddy used to, big Chris Bryan. Chris
picks him up and puts him down.
A stalwart at fullback back in the late 70s for the Highlanders.
Was it late 70s or early 70s?
Late 70s.
William Jennings.
Of course, there's his brother Randall that did a lot of duties in the early 70s, doing double duty as a tuba player and a quarterback for the
Trumpet
Highlanders.
player. Trumpet player and quarterback. He was the original Slash.
Owens, Sims on the catch, still on his feet. Not much going there. Pass just a little high for Hagan to pull it in right there, but it is a completion for Sims.
Still a good catch. He's a good athlete, a great basketball player. And, a lot of times, you get in that situation as a receiver where you're just going up and trying to catch the ball at its highest point and bring it down.
Third down, 7 Highlanders. They were on top of the Huskies, 27-0 here with 2:10 remaining in the first quarter from Greene County, Tennessee. North Green High School. Orange drops, fakes, wants to go deep, has Sims down the left side. The ball's going to be, broken up right there. Nice pump fake by backup senior quarterback Bo Owens. And just good defense right there by the North Green defensive unit.
That brings up 4th down.
Tell you, Rob, if we get a shot of replay right here, you can see where the North Green free safety, Johnson, does a great job breaking on the football for a good defensive play there.
Of course, you know, Hagan scored a touchdown at Happy Valley to be called back by a block in the back penalty.
A play that should have been on Sports Center, you know.
Yeah, really should have been.
4th and 7, Highlanders going for it. Owens drops, looking, rolling out to the right side. Wants to throw the football, he's going to tuck it up right now. He's got the first down and more for a Highlander first down. Boy, Robert, tell you, this is one of those years right here, you know, GP, two great quarterbacks, and Taylor Ogle, the junior quarterback, and of course his backup is a senior, Bo Owens. And of course, you know, sometimes you get great athletes and they're just not spread apart. Good look at the replay right here.
Of course, ideally, what you want one of those good quarterbacks to come along every 2 or 3 years. You know, one thing I always regretted was the Hutchison kid that we had last year. I thought one of the better football players we've had come through here in a while. Ended up just being a one-year starter because he had a great quarterback in front of him.
Joey Green on the carry. He's going to pick up a couple of yards, maybe 3.
33, Joey Green.
As we're down to 1:18 and counting here in the first quarter from Greene County, Tennessee. Remember, next week, GP back at home facing the Rebels of South Greene in homecoming. Of course, remember, you can see us broadcast on Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock, Monday nights at 7, and Wednesday nights at 7 on Channel 4, the Gatlinburg-Pittman channel. Owens bobbles the snap, is still loose. It looks like North Green may have come up with the football.
There's a fumble on the play, recovered by number 5, Marcus Ward. Good first down for North Green.
So North Green, something to cheer about, Rob. Here's a replay here, a little bobble snap right there. To the center right there, number 57 for the Highlanders. That was Tyler Jenkins. So North Green on offense again. Trap inside, not much going on there. Rob, a lot of new numbers out there, faces we hadn't seen much this year at all.
Of course, you know, there's a number in there that we saw a lot. You see number 70 right there, Big Billy Husky. We saw him a lot in the varsity game against Rutledge last week. And Mikey's still learning to play. He doesn't know how to play yet, and but he's a tremendous talent. You saw him against Rutledge last week, and one play he would stuff the ball in the backfield, and of course the next play he'd be looking for the ball, but he's going to be, he might be a great one. Spends 3 years in the weight room with Bruce Ruttenberg. He's going to be.
Oh, there's Billy right. There's
something.
Billy right there.
Yeah, there
he
is. I mean, he just has a tremendous amount of raw talent.
Number 5, Marcus Ward,
and that's going to be the end of the first quarter from North Green High School, home of the Huskies. Gatlinburg-Pittman, the Highlanders on top. Here's a good look at the replay here. Oh, that hurt me, Rob. That hurt me. GP, the Highlanders on top of the Huskies, 27-0.
And Mike, I believe he may have seen that tackling technique on Saturday mornings on the WWF.
Good crowd on hand here at North Green, as you get a good look at some of the Highlander faithful across the board there. Across the screen, I should say. Wanted to say across the way, but that's not what it is. But a good crowd, and of course a great following by the GP faithful all season long. I tell you, if you're a Gatlinburg-Pittman football fan, Rob, you're going to follow them home or away or anywhere they go.
Great to see those blue and gold flags on the cars and those blue and gold jerseys walking across the parking lot. Hey, the great thing about broadcasting a game from home, we have the ideal setup. Mike, got probably the most beautiful stadium, and I've never seen a high school stadium as beautiful as ours. But it's a good filming situation for us because we have a really high perch to film from, but we're facing the home crowd and the cheerleaders and the home bench.
You know, a lot of fans I talk to at home, they think that we actually broadcast from the home side and we have a reverse angle camera from the other side.
We're working on it. Working on that remote camera, remote sideline camera.
I really expected Five Oaks Construction Company when we got here tonight to Rob have that scissor truck, but scissor lift, but they may have a little trouble finding it here, but that didn't happen. So it's going to be third down for the Huskies.
And Mike, talking about stadiums, I think they have their scoreboard far enough away from the football field so nobody will run into it.
So we got a completion right there.
I can't see it from here.
It's going to be short of the first down. Let's see what North Green elects to do here on
Pass
fourth
completed
down.
to number 46, Darren Lynch.
Mike, talking about traveling to ball games, one group that we just really haven't talked about enough this football year is that group of cheerleaders that we have. We're going to talk about those girls a little bit tonight.
Robert, so the way it's going, they're going to have a good workout on those leg kicks.
On the punts, number 12, Ryan Hobson.
It's North Green to punt it away. It's a good punt.
Nice looking kick.
Brought in by Jeffrey Janey at the 42-yard line, down to the 40, like that 35-yard line. Of course, Jeffrey Janey back this week after being out a couple weeks with a hip flexor injury for the Highlanders. So GP in business at the Husky 36-yard line.
Mike, Coach Hammond's still electing to go with the second team unit.
First in stats, Rob. GP first quarter, 13 rushes for 81 yards. 3 of 5 through the air, 47 yards, 2 touchdowns. So first quarter all belong to GP as you get a good look at the Highlanders, right? Highlander cheerleaders. That's Caitlin Jenkins, Morgan McCurry, Caitlin Waldrop, Kayla Hayes, Brianna Scott, Callie Bells, Laura Kurtz. We'll get back to action right here. Jenkins on the carry. First down, well, close to a first down. Nice run, about 8, maybe 9 yards.
Hand off to number 8, Corey Jenkins.
Carla DeBona, Sarah Stanfield, Stacy Aaron, Victoria King, Courtney Zeller, Alexis Scully, and Lindsay Dyer. Second down, 1, Highlanders. Jenkins again, pounding, twisting, turning inside the 20-yard line, down to the 19. Another Highlander first down.
75, Cody Cox.
Rob,
you had a chance to check out that concession stand tonight?
Like, I went back to get a little coffee, and they said they were brewing it, and I've gone back 2 times, and it hadn't been brewed yet. They feel like a little warm for coffee. Mike, I guess that's the scoreboard operator.
Oh, yeah, across the way, yeah. Jenkins again, twisting, turning inside the 10, still on his feet, down close to the 5-yard line. Close to another Highlander first down.
He's brought down by number 24, Cody Miller, and number 4, Ricky Peters.
So it's another Highlander first down, their 6th of the ball game, and it's going to be first and goal at the 5-yard line. Hagen Sims, number 12, splits out to the right for the Highlanders. Long wide out. Jenkins again tripped up at the 1-yard line. Maybe the half-yard line, maybe the foot-yard line. GP yet, Jenkins yet to get into the end zone.
Handoff again to number 8, Corey Jenkins.
As you got number 5, Dakota Patterson, checking into the ball game for the Highlanders. I know one thing, Rob, they got that grill cranked up at the concession stand now. Smokes are rolling. You get a good look here at some of the Highlander students who've made their way up to North Green tonight. And it looks like we have a timeout on the field here. Did North Green call that, Rob?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe it's a strategic timeout to break the Highlanders' momentum right there. Of course, Gatlinburg-Pittman High School. You get a look at some of the parents. That's Mindy Ogle coming into the ball game there. Mindy's been here, but sometimes it takes Mindy a while to make her way into the bleachers.
That's where our talent at our quarterback position came from right there, Mike. Of course, talking about the cheerleaders, Mike, they do so much, cheer for football, basketball, and, it's just asking a parent about, what it's like to have a daughter that's a cheerleader, because I'm scared to death that in 15 years I'm going to have a daughter that might want to be a cheerleader. And he was just talking about what they have to go through. They go through a camp, and, they pay their way through the summer camp, and, just all the practices and all the conditioning and all the gymnastics that they have to take, and said it, just put a lot of work into it.
Jenkins on the dive, touchdown Highlanders, Corey Jenkins.
Touchdown run for number 8, Corey Jenkins.
Of course, Rob, your daughter's going to be a cheerleader if she starts taking those tumbling classes at age 2.
Of course, on her birthday, we went to the doctor just for the annual checkup, Mike, and her height is off the charts. She's above the 97th percentile in height.
GP to go for 2 right here. That's Jenkins. He's going to tack it on. So here with 9:11 remaining in the first half, Highlanders on top, 35-0. So, Rob, you take your daughter to the doctor on her birthday. Did she get a shot, too?
2 shots.
2 shots. Is that going to be a tradition every year to go to the doctor on your birthday?
Well,
I think Marty talked about that coming up a bit earlier, You start doing that, time number 5 or 6 comes around, you're going to have her in therapy. Talking about going to the doctor. Get a look right there at Officer Jim Maples, Captain Jim Maples of the Gatlinburg PD, escorts the team on all their away trips.
Here's the 2-point look. Good look at Corey Jenkins, junior running back. Really had a great year. He played a lot early in the games, and for a couple games didn't get as much action, but Mike, I'd say the cheerleaders will be probably as sore as the football players will be tomorrow.
Well, that may be some pulled hamstrings or whatever. They won't have to go to the gym this weekend. Pitcher to kick off. It's Thompson at the 7-yard line. Hit by Young and finally brought down. Nice tackle there by number 17, Janey, and number 32, Bo Dyer for the Highlanders.
Number 17.
Mike, I've always thought that was an invitation for injury right there when you've been sitting on the sideline for a quarter and a half and kind of sitting over there getting stiff and not playing and sitting on the bench and then have to get out and run down the field on the kickoff team.
Rob had a little technical difficulties this week on the computer. Wasn't able to put together much of a packet this week, but I think the Choctaws had a big win last week.
They beat Covington.
That's big. That's huge.
That's huge.
That's huge. Ball loose right there. I think North Green may have got it back there.
Fumble recovered behind number 12, Ryan Hobson.
Of course, their quarterback Hobson, Mike, is I think that's his fourth time that he's fumbled the football and the third time that they've lost it.
Bring up second down, 5. Huskies. Hobson wants to throw, being pressured. Going to get rid of it. Ball, it's going to be intercepted, I think. That was number 10. Did Orange come up with that?
Mike, I think they're going to.
No, it's
nope,
interception.
they gave
Bo
him the
Owens.
interception. Bo Owens having a big night tonight.
That's intercepted by number 10.
2 touchdown pass receptions, 1 completion as a quarterback, and then an interception.
By number 10, Bo
Was
Owens.
Owens an outside backer that time? May have been there, Rob. Can't tell. Great interception here by the senior Bo Owens.
You know, one thing is playing a receiver right there, you really have an insight into what the patterns and the routes look like and recognize that little out pattern, and he just stepped right underneath it and got between him and the quarterback and made a good interception.
Pierce McCarter, number 6, in at the quarterback now for the Highlanders. Looks like that's number 28 on the carry for the Highlanders.
Mike, it's hard to see numbers at this
Handoff
angle
number
right here.
28.
It is hard for me, especially since I didn't bring my glasses.
Chase Murray.
Uh-oh, there we go. Number 15, Shane Patterson, on the touchdown for the Highlanders.
And Mike, I tell you what, you know, we were looking at some second and third teamers right there, but a great hole. You see number 75, Spencer Williams, downfield, making a block and then getting downfield looking for another block, congratulating his running back. Hey, I think I could have gotten through that hole. Great job by that second team offensive line right there.
Highlanders going for 2, Rob, simply because they don't have not much of a kicking game with that second unit and third unit. Carter throws. Oh! Intended receiver right there, number 89 for the Highlanders.
Number 80, Dusty Bilbrey. Mike had a great, you know, you see that a lot with those young receivers running, stretching their arms out too far, and it slows them down in their pass route. You got to just wait to that last second, stick those hands out, and you see the replay here.
Got to run through the football, the replay of the touchdown there by the sophomore Shane Latham.
Congratulations. Their cheerleading sponsor, Leanne Parton, getting her girls here and ready every week.
Robert, you know, I tell you, one of the things I've been watching on ESPN now is, you know, Lou Holtz giving a halftime, you know, speech or pregame speech to the team that's behind. Probably, I'd like to hear your halftime speech to the Huskies.
We're going to let Marty Nicely do that.
Nice stop there by number 5, Dakota Patterson for the Highlanders.
Brought down by number 5, Dakota Patterson.
So GP on top, 41-0 here with 7:19 remaining in the first half. North Green Hobson, the quarterback, 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Like the Highlanders playing with
And
9 players,
to number
10
5,
players on the
Marcus
field.
Ward. He's brought down to number 4, Jeremy Hibbard.
Number 4 in a stop right there. He was late getting on the field there, Rob, but he came on in great defensive position.
Came out ready to roll.
As number 4, Jeremy Hibbard for the Highlanders.
Handoff to number 46, Darren Lynch.
Lynch on the carry right there. That may be the North Green first down of the ball game. Because Rob, looks like GP has all freshmen in the ball game right now. A lot of young kids.
Brought down by number 15, Shane Latham.
So it's good enough. If you dressed out, you get to play tonight.
And number 6, Paris McCarter.
Of course, these kids have played a lot of football this week, Mike, with the JV game and then the varsity game tonight.
Freshman game as well this week.
Handoff to number 5,
Big
Marcus
number 70,
Ward.
Billy Husky. You know, one voice that we're not hearing tonight at the ball game. Usually, you can hear strength and conditioning coach Bruce Ruttenberg over on the sideline making as much noise as anybody in the stadium. And
Bruce is on one of his European vacations.
Bruce is on a European vacation. He's not with us tonight.
He deserves it. He deserves it. Hobson hands off the Lynch. Hit by a host of Highlanders, short of the first down.
Handoff to number 5, Marcus Ward. He sends off the first hit and gets tackled by a group of Highlanders.
Of course, another county action tonight. Seymour and Carter banging heads tonight, and Sevier County and Campbell County. Pigeon Forge played last night, losing to Rob. When they start doing that, they're going to be a cheerleader. Short of the first down around the 40-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th and about 3 for the Huskies. Let's see what they elect to do here. Rob, I'd go for it.
Brought down
Why
by number
not?
39, Anthony Bright.
See what they decide to do here.
Allison. Hey, Allison. Allison. Are you sure? See you, Bianca.
So they're going to punt it away.
Hey, call me when you get home so I know you made it, okay? Mindy.
Timeout, North Green.
Timeout called by North Green.
Another beautiful high school football Friday night in East Tennessee. GP broadcasting crew on hand to bring you tonight's broadcast between the Huskies of North Green and the Highlanders of the GP. Of course, head honcho Straw Balls, Kevin Tierney. Producer Randall Bryan, statistician Marty Nicely. Rob Younger, Mike Helt, and myself to bring you another broadcast tonight. Of course, Rob, next week, homecoming. Don't know who the queen candidates are, but Kevin has only 7 days to get in shape to sprint down there so he can film it at halftime.
Well, Mike, what he's been taking a whole different approach this year. You know, in years past, he's hired the personal trainer and he's gone on the Atkins diet and done all these different things to get his time down. This year, he's been running stadium steps.
It's a fake by North Green, and they're going to have the first down.
Fake punt. Marcus Ward takes off around the end for a first
And he's
down.
going to get it their second first down of the ball game. Of course, we're going to say hi to a couple of great fans at home. They love watching the GP replays. That's Dick and Sue Ramsey, former teachers for the school system. Both of them spent a lot of time at Gatlinburg-Pittman High School, and they just really enjoy the broadcasts. And you know,
Two of my favorite people in Gatlinburg. I worked with those folks. I used to love working with them. Dick, great math teacher, and of course Sue's really the one that got this whole film thing started. You know, she had the broadcast there, the morning news, and she maybe we could talk her into doing a 100-day contract and just doing film work.
Handoff to number 5, Marcus Ward.
course, I think we may know who the homecoming candidates are. Senior candidates are Lindsay Dyer, Courtney Zeller, both cheerleaders, and Maggie Wu. Make it Maggie Vu. How about the court members, Marty? You don't know them, do you? All right, Marty.
We'll put our research staff on it.
Hobson drops the football. Looks like GP's going to come up with it. Highlanders football. That's North Green's 5th fumble of the night, and they've lost 4 of them.
Tyler Jenkins.
I think that was Tyler Jenkins on the recovery for the Highlanders. As we wind down to the 2:56 mark and counting here in the first half. Toss sweep right side. Highlanders still on his feet right there, twisting, turning, pounding.
It's to number 39, Anthony Bryant.
Anthony Bryant
Brought
on
down
the
by
carry
number 24, Cody
for the
Miller,
Highlanders.
and number 80, Daniel Redding.
Going to be another first down for GP. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line of the Huskies. That's number 39 on the carry for the Highlanders. Pierce McCarter still at quarterback. Hands off right side, twisting, turning, pounding. I think that was number 28 for the Highlanders. Dylan Reagan on the carry for the Highlanders.
Dylan Reagan. Brought down by number 46, Darren Lynch.
Second down 2, GP. Patterson on the carry, trying to get to the outside. He's got a first down as he hammers his way down close to the Husky 20-yard line.
You might want to think about it. This third team here, they want to get the ball in the end zone. They want to score a touchdown in a varsity football game. And boy, just looking at these guys, Mike, they come out. They've all got great stances. Their alignment's great. Everything they do, they're well coached, coming off the football low and hard, and just a lot of optimism for 2 years down the road.
Hey, they want a helmet decal.
Yeah.
Twins left for McCarter. Nice little dive play there.
Number 20, Hunter Douglas.
Hunter Douglas on the carry for the Highlanders.
Brought down by number 75, Cody Cox.
It's going to be second down, and we'll call it 4 for GP at the Husky 15-yard line. Latham the tailback, Brian the fullback. Latham on the carry, cuts back inside, still on his feet, twisting, pounding, gain of 1 down to the 14-yard line.
Number 15, Shane Latham. Brought down by number 24, Cody Miller.
Rob, I said that was McCarter in at quarterback. It's number 3, Ty Marshall for the Highlanders.
Whose father is whose father is a great high school football player at Sevier County High School and played at ETSU a little while I was up there.
Volunteer coach for the Highlanders.
Heck of a linebacker.
Rob, what a run right there. Touchdown for the Highlanders. That's Anthony Bryant for the GP Blue and Gold. Rob, that's a nice, sweet little run right there.
That was. Freshman, boy, that was a strong run too.
So that was the last play of the first half. GP going for the conversion right there. Dylan Reagan on the 2-point conversion. So that's the halftime score.
2-point conversion
from North Green High School. It's the Huskies trailing the Highlanders 49-0. We'll be back with the second half action after you watch the Highlander marching band under the direction of Ron Hicks, assisted by Mark Harrell, here at halftime.
How much you need? Rob, please. Can I beg you? Thank you.
kickoff, the start of the second half.
Marty, nicely here at halftime with your first half stats. A game completely dominated by Gatlinburg-Pittman. First half, North Green, 2 first downs, passing 1 of 2 for only 2 yards with 1 interception. Rushing, 17 rushes for 29 yards. Total offense in the first half for North Green, 31 yards. North Green was penalized 2 times for 10 yards. Fumbles, they fumbled 5 times and lost 4 of them. For Gatlinburg-Pittman, first downs, 8. Passing, GP was 3 of 5 through the air for 47 yards. Rushing, 26 attempts for 172 yards. Total offense, 219 yards for Gatlinburg-Pittman. Gatlinburg-Pittman lost 1 fumble and was penalized 2 times for 10 yards. It's time for the second half kickoff, and we're going to turn it over now to Mike and Rob.
All right. Back getting set to start the second half of tonight's ball game. North Green will be receiving. Pitcher to kick off for the Highlanders. Highlanders enjoying a 49-0 lead here, in which basically the first group played like 3 offensive series. It's going to be Thompson with an assist to Johnson at the 2. Still on his feet trying to get to the outside. Not much going there. So Joey Green, number 33, on the stop for the Highlanders.
And Mike, I did talk to Coach Neil Estes, defense coordinator for the Highlanders at halftime, and he said, there's really no point in it, but they are going to go with their first unit and start this half off with. He said, we just got to get some work. You got to get in shape, you got to get sharp, and of course getting ready for West Green. But I was telling him, we don't have a choice. These are the teams that we have to play. But boy, sometimes when you play a team like this, Mike, I don't know that you get a whole lot better from it.
First and 10 for Hobson at the 19-yard line. Trap inside there, and he's hammered back by a host of Highlanders. One score of interest at first half score. Knox Carter 14, Seymour nothing. No score on the Campbell County, Sevier County game.
And that is an interesting score.
Of course, Pigeon Forge, the other county high school, losing last night to Union County down at Union County in a torrential downpour, my sources say. Second down, option, left side. That's a nice play right there. Robertson first on the hit for Highlanders. Rob, that was really their best looking play they've had tonight, offensively.
Mike, it's so easy as a Highlander coming out here. You're up 49-0, and see Bo Owens getting up holding his shoulder. Of course, he's gotten a lot of duty tonight. Hasn't played as much defense as he has tonight, and
1 touchdown reception,
2 touchdown receptions.
2 touchdown receptions as well as an interception tonight. Shotgun formation for Hobson on 3rd and 7. Motions the man to the right side. Rose right, looking, pressured by Sutton. Gets it away. That ball's going to be picked off right there. I think it was number 16, Taylor Ogle for the Highlanders.
And Mike, you're right, and we saw the interception by Bo Owens earlier, and we were talking about what insight he would have as a receiver sitting back there at a defensive back looking at the routes. But as you look at the replay right here, you see Taylor Ogle up at the top of the screen, and he just drops back and reads it, Mike, and he knows exactly what's going on right there. Makes a great read, steps right in front of the receiver.
There's bad news. North Green quarterback hasn't had an incomplete pass, but 2 of them have been intercepted.
Dyer can't pick it up. Ball still loose on the ground. It looks like North Green is going to come up with it. Rob, that's something you want to see. Get the first group back in there, try to get some reps in there, and then mishandle offensive play. Coach Benny Hammonds and his staff will not be happy with it.
They won't be happy, Mike, because what you want to do, and it's hard to do sometimes when you have a tendency to play down to the level of your competition or not just be as sharp. But you got to get out there and you got to get quality reps. You got to play a quarter of football, Mike, and then get off the field.
Going back to Hobson, the quarterback for North Green, a stat right there. Stat right there, like Marty said, he hadn't had a pass at the ground all night. 3 of 3 through the air, 1 completion and 2 interceptions right there. Counter right there, nice looking play right there by North Green, close to a first down.
And Mike, I tell you, what you get into is as you see that play right there, you see a lot of our defensive players just run right by the football, not wrap up and make the tackles. And I tell you, get out there and you're playing a real sloppy opponent like that where they just kind of stand up, don't come out of their stance. What you end up doing, you end up getting away from your technique, getting away from your coaching, and kind of playing your own football game.
Trap inside, not much going there. Of course, Rob, second ball game GP's been in this year with the new mercy rule in high school football team. If a team is 35 points or more ahead at halftime, the clock will run continuously except on scores, timeouts, and penalties.
And Mike, I looked up a couple times. I thought it was not running, but a great call, great decision by the TSSAA to put that rule into place.
Hobson fakes inside and wants the option right side. Now he cuts back inside. Nice drive. Good drive by North Green on their second possession here in the second half. Robin, if you're North Green's head coach, what do you tell you guys when you go in?
Mike, I don't know what you tell them. You just kind of use Gatlinburg-Pittman as an example. Say we need to start. This is what we want to try to be like as the season and the couple years come along. But Mike, I don't think there's certainly nothing you can talk about on the chalkboard or adjustments. All you can do is just try to get their heads up and get them a drink of water and get them back out there.
Handoff left side, stopped by a host of Highlanders.
Of course, one thing that you do work on, you go in and you look at you get your center and your quarterback together and say, look, we can't do anything until we get this center quarterback exchange and get this and handle the snap.
Had an opportunity to talk with Don Shannon at halftime there. Said he had a nice visit with the principal here at North Green when they got here tonight. Let the guys in the locker rooms and everything like that, and said that he's a first-year principal and he really wants to get this program and the school itself back on track. He said it's gone downhill the last 10 or 15 years, and he wants to get it back and become a winning program, like the Happy Valleys, like the Gatlinburg-Pittmans of the world. Hobson looking, has a man to flat. It's complete right there to Johnson. Down inside the 40-yard line, mark it at the 39 of the Highlanders.
Well, Mike, it certainly is a beautiful community, be a great place to live and grow up and go to high school. But you got to get the community involved, get some money going toward and get fixing up the facilities, getting kids interested in football. You got to wonder when they designed this field, Mike, if they had a track, if they had plans to put a track in between the football field and the stadium.
Still on his feet, first down yardage and more down inside the 15-yard line. Yeah, Robert, where the bleachers are setting back, and like you said, the scoreboard back, and the light poles are back. It'd be a great place for nice athletic facilities.
Of course, it looks like the way that it's banked over there, they might have had a little dirt track going on around here. Hey, Saturday night, get out the stock cars, little dirt track.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Huskies at the Highlander 15-yard line.
And Mike, one thing is that, you got a lot of second team kids out here, a lot of sophomores, and you know that your seniors and juniors that are starters are over on the sideline wanting you not to let these guys score. You want to keep the shutout.
Hand off to number 5, Marcus Ward. Brought down by number 70, Billy Husky.
Ward on the carry, and he's getting up slowly after being brought down by big number 70, Billy Husky.
Maybe we can get a replay on that and see what. I'd say there's going to, over the next 3 years, we're going to see a lot of kids get up like that after Billy Husky's tackled them.
Second down, 8 Huskies. Hobson rows out, has a man in the flat, in the end zone. Can he cut it in? Touchdown, North Green.
Bascom leading for a touchdown from number 12, Ryan Hobson, to number 21, Chris Ball.
So North Green finally on the board here with 4:55 remaining in the third quarter. Remember, at the end of tonight's ball game, we'll be bringing you the Greenbrier Restaurant play of the game, as well as the Five Oaks Construction offensive and defensive players of the game. North Green going for two. Can't tell from here. Another little short, Rob. So here with 4:55 remaining in the third quarter, it's the Highlanders, your Highlanders, 49. The Huskies of North Green, 6.
North Green 6.
Mike, we're going to go back and take a look at that Billy Husky play, number 70, defensive tackle. I mean, he's kind of a man among boys out there.
They just handle him like a sack of potatoes, Rob. So North Green to kick off, deep for the Highlanders, back at about the 20-yard line. That's number 7, Chase Young in the center. Flanked to his right, number 32, Bo Dyer. To his left, number 10, Bo Owens for the GP Highlanders. Remember, GP back at home next week. Homecoming 2007, kickoff 7:30 against the South Green Rebels.
Back to receive, number 32, Bo Dyer. Number 7, Chase Young.
Short kick, it's going to go out of bounds there. Of course, we're all talking about South Green. You know, GP plays North Green, West Green, Chucky Doak, South Green, but the South Green bunch, that's a little different bunch.
They are, Mike. And, you know, they're a good basketball and a football school. Girls basketball, boys basketball, and at times have been a really good football school. And they're one of those schools that kind of remind you of Rutledge a little bit. You got a lot of kids that play 2 or 3 sports, and they usually have 2 or 3 exceptional athletes on their team.
So after North Green kicks it out of bounds, we're going to back it up here, and they'll kick it again from the 35-yard line.
I believe I'd move Bo Dyer and that bunch up about 10 or 15 yards and let Bo catch one on the run and take it to the house.
Finally picked up by Dyer. Still on his feet. One man to beat on the corner. And Dyer's going to take it all the way for a Highlander touchdown.
Well, Mike, he doesn't have to catch it clean. We kind of made bets on the way over here if he would return one.
Didn't quite get the yardage on that. I think that's close to a 60 or 62-yard return. Hard to tell. So Pitzer to attempt a PAT. Robertson a snap. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So here with 4:37 remaining in the third quarter, it's Highlanders 56, North Green 6. Rob, big game tomorrow afternoon down at Neyland Stadium. Georgia Bulldogs coming to town. So, you know, perfect Saturday. You know, these kids that get up and watch a GP replay at 11, then maybe some lunch as we watch a replay here. Looks like Sutton was trying to down that football. Good job by Dyer. Breaks a couple of tackles. Breaks 3 tackles. Off to the races. You know, perfect day tomorrow. You get up, you watch a GP replay, get a little lunch, watch UT and Georgia play, you know, and just, it's great. Saturdays are great.
Oh, they are. After the game, maybe head up to the Greenbrier and get a little Black and Smoky Mountain strip.
or Tilapia.
Back to receive his kick, number 21, Chris Ball. 24,
Of course, Marty, being the middle-aged rocker that he is going to go to the Tennessee Theater, see ZZ Top.
Dyer on the tackle at the 13-yard line.
Stop by number 32, Bo Dyer.
You and Patty have tickets for that?
No. I was in line right behind Marty, and he got the last two.
Of course, we're looking at the score clock. I don't.
Hobson, quarterback. A lot of young kids in for the Highlanders. Led his Huskies on a scoring drive the last time they had the ball.
Like one thing you do when you come to a program like this, that you just got to go around the community and the school, and you got to talk to kids, and you really need to try to get involved. I'm not sure what their middle school organization is like here for middle school football, if they have a club league, a recreation league, or if it's actually in the school. But you just got to talk to kids, get them interested in it. But then, Mike, you just need to start working on fundamentals. I mean, getting in a stance, taking a snap, handling the football, correct way to hand the football off, and long ways to go.
Hobson on the keeper after the fake up to the 15-yard line, gain of 2 on the play. 3rd down, 8 Huskies.
Brought down by number 60, Buddy McCarter.
And you know, in a game situation, it's a great coaching opportunity. You see the head coach for the Huskies doing a lot of work on the sideline, but the rest of the guys just kind of standing there watching the football game. You know, this is a good opportunity to, when the kids come off the sideline, talk to them. You know, talk to them about staying low, blocking and tackling.
Hobson drops, looks, wants to throw the football, being pressured, forced out of the pocket. May get a first down. He's got running room, cuts back inside, now back outside. Looking for the sideline like a smart quarterback always does, but he picks up a first down out around the 42-yard line. Nice play, nice open running by the quarterback, Brian Hobson. Their 6th first down of the ball game. All against 2nd and 3rd teamers for the Highlanders.
Of course, one thing, you know, you talk about Coach Hammonds and going to have over 290 career wins this year, and I've never seen him run the score up on anybody. And you know, you got to give him credit. This could be 110-0. And he pulled the first team out, Mike, with 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Brought down by number 67, Jared Thomas.
You know, Rob, one good thing about broadcasting out of the back of the pickup truck, we don't have to carry stuff upstairs. It's breakdowns quicker.
Mike, I'd say our broadcast career is on the ups. Good gang tackling there.
89, Matt Randolph with the carry. Brought down by number 38.
Like what always amazes me is when you watch the games and you have the freshmen and sophomores out there, you know, especially the freshmen, and you look at them and they're growing, you know, they're becoming football players, and you see they about 5'5", 110 pounds, and you see him 2 years later and he's a starter, you know, and he's 6 feet tall, 180 pounds, runs a 4.6 40 and in the 1,000-pound club, and just a real having a major impact in the region. It's always been a lot of fun to watch these young kids come along.
Hobson option right side, not much going there.
Keeps it. Brought down by number 39.
And it looks like that's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter here from North Green High School. Highlanders on top, 56-6. Mirroring this broadcast on Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock, Monday nights at 7, and Wednesday nights at 7 on Channel 4, the PEG channel, downtown Gatlinburg. Of course, Robbie said Kevin's been running stadium steps.
He's been working. He tries to do it during the dark where nobody will see him, but he's been working hard. I've seen Lori over there. Lori's timing him, working on his time. He's got his knee brace ready.
Should get a good look at the North Green cheerleaders. Had a nice visit with City of Gatlinburg Fire Chief Greg Patterson tonight. Him and his wife Wendy traveled up to the game tonight.
One of my favorite teachers in Sevier County, Wendy Patterson, one of the best. She's a fourth grade teacher at Caton's Chapel.
North Green on the fake again, close to a first down. They're going to pick it up there as they cross down inside Highlander territory, down inside the 45-yard line, close to the 43. Really, Rob, they used that fake punt tonight twice to pick up 2 of their first downs. Their 7th of the ball game.
And he picks up the first down for North Green.
Timeout, Huskies.
Timeout, North Green.
I believe my strategy at this point in the ball game would just be to keep that clock running. Of course, they're trying to work on things too. A lot of big wins in Gatlinburg tonight. The middle school team, freshman, JV team did not win.
Freshman victorious. I think the middle school football team has one more game remaining on their schedule next week at home against, make that Northview is the opponent, but it will be at Northview next week. Now, Rob, I think it's at home. It is at home as they wrap up their 2007 campaign.
Matt Randolph with the carry. He's stopping number 39, Anthony Bryant.
Number 39, Anthony Bryant on the stop for the Highlanders.
Matt Randolph with the carry.
Like these freshmen will have they'll probably sleep to about 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. They've played about 7 quarters of football in 2 nights.
Third down 13 for the Huskies.
Darren Lynch.
Rob, really not many penalties in this game tonight. A couple of offsides, a couple of encroachments. Both teams penalized 2 times for 10 yards. I think Marty's on top of it.
Our Cracker Jack statistician, Marty Margin of Error.
Oh.
Marcus Ward's pass goes out of bounds.
He'll learn from that. He'll learn from that mistake right there. But hey,
At the 3-yard line.
GP football at the 3-yard line. Of course, Marty's ready to strap it on tonight after we had dinner at Applebee's.
Well, this is it's a good thing Chris Bryan, head of security's here tonight.
Looks like that's number 10 Owens back in at quarterback for the Highlanders. Jenkins on the carry. Pounds his way out close to the 10-yard line.
See, Corey Jenkins, and along with Pitzer next year, will be carrying the bulk of the load. He's a guy, Mike. I was real impressed with him the first couple of ball games. He kind of came in to relieve Bo Owen some, and then he had not a real bad injury, but he got, was it his knee, a knee sprain, or kind of got hurt for a game or two.
There's Jenkins. Uh-oh. Anybody going to catch him? I don't know. Oh!
Number 8 finds a hole. Takes off down the sideline for a first down. Chased down from behind by number 89, Matt Randolph.
Jenkins obviously going to be the leading rusher tonight. Here's a good look at the replay here. Nice blocking off that right side there. Nice block by number 70, Billy Husky.
Mike, we haven't talked a lot about offensive and defensive linemen tonight, just because of the angle that we're at. We just can't see them and see who's making which play.
Rob just got word from the booth right here that the Greenbrier Restaurant play of the game, as well as the Five Oaks Construction offensive and defensive players of the game, they decided it should be a team effort tonight for the Highlanders. So all those folks, everybody on the field tonight, offensive and defensive players, as well as a lot of people making big plays of the game. Uh-oh. That's Shane Latham, touchdown.
Touchdown run by number 15, Shane Latham.
You know, watching this game tonight, Mike, and at the angle you can't really see the line play, but one thing that just really jumps out at you, we're really loaded with a lot of young running backs.
All the young-looking ponies, the Pony Express.
Yeah. I mean, these guys are ball players. Of course, you got a great middle school crop coming up too. It's
Good time to be a Highlander. Latham again on the 2-point conversion. He's got it.
Point conversion's good. Number 15, Shane Latham.
So here with 7:01 remaining in the contest, it's 64-6 Highlanders. Of course, Rob, talk a little bit about next year. Of course, Taylor Ogle will be back at quarterback, and of course, he's going to lose 3 of his top receivers in Zach Sutton, Bo Owens, and Chase Young. The only wideout coming back with any type of play, and as well as Jeffrey Janey. And
Hagan
also,
Sims.
the only one coming back with any significant playing time is Hagan Sims. I don't think I've seen another wideout on the field with the first group this year. So that will be one thing that GP will be working on in off-season and spring practice.
Of course, one thing too, you say we're kind of loaded with a lot of young running backs. It'd be a good opportunity for one of those guys that aren't going to be a starter at running back or get a lot of carries to say, Coach, put me at wide out.
Can't say that, Marty. Can't say that. Hot pitcher to kickoff.
Number 4, Ricky Peters. Number 80, Daniel Wedding. And number 24, Cody Miller back to receive the kickoff.
It's Johnson at the 10.
Something happens. He'll hear a lot of oohs and ahs in the stands.
Daniel Wedding with the return.
Was that Anthony Bryant? We didn't get the replay on that. It may have been number 39, Anthony Bryant, coming downfield and laying a lick on somebody, I think. But, hey, watch it on the replay.
Of course, he stood out a couple of times tonight. Had one great run right before the half there for the touchdown.
Handoff to number 46, Darren Lynch. Brought down by number 55, Jacob Davidson.
Clock running, hit 6:10 remaining in the ball game. Remember, next week, GP back at home for homecoming. I guess there'll be a dance, Rob. Always a homecoming dance. I guess Marty's got that leisure suit.
I'd say Marty's got his leisure suit at the cleaners this week.
After him going to see ZZ Top on Sunday night, he'll have to take.
He probably let his beard grow out. He'll be a sharp-dressed man.
Nice run by North Green right there, close to another first down.
Number 89, Matt Randolph with the carry. First down, North Green.
And Mike, I believe our head cameraman, El Presidente, Kevin Tierney's having some cameraman fatigue. And Mike, I was watching this kid that just made this play right here, number 56, Mahavir Patel. I mean, I think he's going to be a ball player. I was watching him a while ago, and he just kind of got a guy that was blocking him, threw him to the side, got his helmet right between the numbers of the ball carrier. A lot of good-looking young players out there.
Number 65, Keelan Bryce, getting to play a little defense.
Yep.
He hadn't played any defense all year. Of course, he's the #1 center out there at the defensive end position.
And you know one thing, Mike, he plays the defensive tackle spot, but you look at him right there playing defensive end, and
As soon as we talk about him,
he runs by the football and runs upfield and runs past the play. But he's a good ball player.
By number 38, Turner McGriff.
That was a pretty good tackle. Actually, he was outplayed.
Of course, Rob, you ever notice how Randall does such a much better job on the replay when
Matt Randolph with the
when he
carry.
eats baked chicken instead of the Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Brings up fourth down.
I tell you one thing, Rob, we hadn't seen a lot. You know, it's been several years since we, usually we'll run into a county fair going to a ball game or something. Used to always run into it up at Claiborne County. But it's been a few years since we've seen a nice fair.
We still have 2 more road trips. It's not over yet.
Ooh,
Hey,
Brock
I
Keelan
guarantee you.
almost got that right there.
I guarantee you the livestock judging team at North Green's better than the football team.
They did have some good dog handlers tonight.
You know, Mike, this is the kind of place where I grew up and went to school. You know, we're a little town like this, and of course I was the vice president of the Future Farmers of America at my high school.
You still got that
I've still
jacket
got that blue corduroy jacket.
that say New Bern on the back or Dyer County?
Choctaws.
Hey,
County.
speaking of in Dyer County, Dyersburg, pretty good high school football team again this year. I know they're arch rivals when you play them. It's hard to pull for them, right?
Oh, it's
You can't do it.
can't do it.
Now, they don't play the Choctaws anymore, do they?
Yes, they do.
They do? Is that the last game of the year, sort of like? Or Marshall back in at quarterback. Number 28, Dylan Reagan on the carry right there. I tell you, he'd be a good little receiver.
He's brought down by number 55, Dylan O'Loughlin.
You know, it's one thing about Coach Hammonds. He'll sometimes he'll let a kid, if the kid just comes to him, you see the replay there.
First down.
If a kid comes to him and just really wants to play a position, he'll give him that opportunity. But you know, as you become a sophomore and junior, if there's a position that's better fitted for your abilities, you know, you'll get. Sometimes he'll move a player, but hey, move where you can play.
Hand off to number 20, Hunter Douglas.
Hunter Douglas on the carry
He
for the
runs for another
Highlanders.
first down.
As we wind under the 1 minute mark here, 55 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Of course, Rob Gatlinburg-Pittman's going to go to 6-1 on the season. Next week, homecoming at the Gatlinburg-Pittman High School
He runs for another first down.
against the Rebels from South Green. A little mix-up in the backfield. That may end up being the last play of the ball game. So another good road win for the Highlanders. Like I said, going to 6-1 on the season. 3 big games left before we get to playoff time. South Green, West Green, and Cumberland Gap. Looks like GP's going to let it run down. So great win for the Highlanders here at North Green, 64-6. For Marty Nicely, Randall Bryan, Kevin Turney, Rob Younger, is Mike Elton saying see you next week.
North Green 6. Thanks for coming out, and everybody have a safe trip home.